What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode here of Sunday Test Drive on American Truck Simulator. Today's test drive is going to be kind of a rare one. What you're seeing today is also going to be the quick trip for later on this week. And mainly because, one, I know a lot of people love Dale Jr., so why not, right? But two, the amount of work Lucasi put into this trailer and tractor for me, I've got to show it off. As some of you have already seen, I did do a Jeff Gordon trailer, and so I wanted to do another one, and decided to go with Dale Jr., popular guy, popular driver, and I asked him, hey, can you make up a tractor skin for me? So I sent him the trailer. I sent him, and he used the AMT Freightliner Classic XL, which is what this is here. And as some of you I posted on Facebook have seen, the night and day difference between the stock trailer that comes in the pack as well as what he made here. It looked like the tractor was in the daylight and the trailer was in the nighttime. And that's what you get when you use different versions of quality or templates. The trailer, I believe, was a 2048 or something like that, and the tractor is the 4000. So you know, it's like going from ultra high def to standard, and then it was a night and day difference. So he went and reskinned the whole trailer. He didn't do the whole pack, he just did this one. He went and reskinned the whole trailer and had to re-add all the logos and brought the quality up as high as he can. It doesn't quite have the same pop as the tractor, but, you know, there's only so much you can do, you know, and polish a turd, it's still a turd. This is a nice looking turd, but it's still a turd. But, you know, that's the downside when people just rush out products and, you know, just, here, take it, and they have a low standard of quality. It looks good, and that's all that matters. When you pair it up to something that is of good quality, you know, you get a result that doesn't look right. But I love what he's done with it, and he did flip the colors. The stock trailer that comes in the pack, the blue and the green are flipped. So to match what it is in the real world with the hauler that they've used in the past, I had him flip the colors, and so now here we are, and everything matches, everything looks great. So I remodeled the Freightliner here to match the real world one as much as I could. There were a couple of things I couldn't do, like changing the tank, but the stacks, the front bumper, I tried to do as much as I could here to resemble the real world truck. Same for the trailer, but you know, the trailer all we can do is the skins, and that's it. So it is what it is. So this is the AMT version of the Freightliner Classic XL, as I mentioned earlier. There are two other versions out there. One's from Solaris 36. The other one is from Trucker Charlie, which I haven't quite heard of before, so I don't know if he's a newcomer on the scene or just someone that's finally releasing his stuff. I did not try one of his, though. The most recent update that he's done, I think it's like 2.1 or 2.2, something like that. And there were people commenting that they had sound issues, no sound at all, or truck sounds are gone or something like that. So there is an issue with this one that I have noticed, and I did not notice it on the Solaris one. Or maybe I did with the Cat motors, but not the Cummins. But this one here, regardless of whether it's a Cat or a Cummins, I've gone from the 430 horsepower version all the way up to the 700 horsepower version. The sound cuts out. And depending on the motor, it's either going to do it after 1500 RPM or before 1500 RPM. This one does it before. And it's almost like a transition point from the low RPM to the high RPM, but it cuts out, and there's a moment there where all you hear is a slight turbo whine, and that's it. No sound from anything. It doesn't happen inside the cab, only when you're on the outside in third person like this. So I don't think I'll be doing too much third person, especially when I'm going through the RPMs, working through the gears, because quite honestly, it annoys the hell out of me. So other than that, the truck is very nicely done, and I will discuss that on the way up to Eureka. Tesla Motors is where this trailer is going. So I'm here at our normal Fresno multiplayer Wednesday truck stop, and gonna jump over to the 5, and then we're gonna be going up the 101 if I remember right. Let's zoom out. The 580 up to the 101 all the way into Eureka. So no dead man curve stuff over here on 299. Get to avoid that. So how about I shut up for now and get this show on the road, huh? Okay, I just stalled it. Don't know why, don't know how. Yeah, there's that cutout. See how that can be annoying to me, how it just disappears? This is going to be an interesting curve. Luckily everyone's turning, of course, you're not. Yeah, it sounds like it gets muffled. The engine brake doesn't go away though, that doesn't sound muffled. Come on, what are we gonna do here, people? Steady stream of freaking cars, my God. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta force the issue. Wow, I do sit too low in this. Where's the wheel tilt? Now, I don't mind the AMT truck here. I do like it. Solaris is nice as well, so it'd be nice if Trucker Charlie's is kind of a mix between the two. But, you know, who knows if that's going to be the case. Also, for the record, I do have a 13-speed, 3.36 gearing in the truck, so I could have went with an 18, but decided to stick with a 13. I don't know what the full specs on the Hendrick haulers that they use for the trucks, so you know, my setup could be completely wrong here with the motor and trans. Oh, I just realized I'm doing 64. There we go. 58's good, huh? And yes, I know that is the wrong car that's on the back, but this is what the trailer came with, so that is the old Car of Tomorrow COT car, which no one really liked. Yeah, in the light, the colors look pretty damn nice. I had originally done a Sunday test drive with the Solaris 36 Freightliner, and I decided to scrap that video. Major screw up on my part, mainly, but since I already had AMT installed, I stuck with the AMT. So, just so everyone knows, I mean, they're really, besides the options, both truck mods are pretty damn nice. It's just, which one do you want to have the options for? Do you want to change out a lot of cabin interiors and accessories? Well, then you want to pick the Solaris 36 version. If you want more outside options with the stacks, the bumpers, the lights, things like that, then you want to pick the AMT. But you cannot have both of them active. Well, alright, you can. But one is sold at the Peterbilt dealership and the other is sold at the Kenworth dealership. Now, if you have both of them active, what will happen is the one that's at the Peterbilt dealership, which I believe is the Solaris 36 one, almost everything on the truck is invisible and won't be added until you select options. So the cab, nope, you're not going to see that. It's going to be invisible. All you're going to see is like the tank holder straps. You're going to see the grill. You're going to see some of the interior. You're going to see a couple other items with the interior as well as the exterior. So most of the truck, though, is going to look invisible to you, and you're not going to be able to see it. If you deactivate the AMT version, well, then the truck shows up just fine. Now, it doesn't go the other way around, so, you know, it's only the Solaris one that shows up all weird and invisible. So the AMT one is unaffected. So just keep that in mind if you see an issue like that. I don't know if it applies to all trucks that are in the game, you know, so if you have two W900s. And it's basically, it looks like the same issue that GT Mike's T800 had, but that was by his design, not because there was another T800 in the pack. So just keep that in mind if you're going to have two versions of the Classic in your folder active at the same time. It might not show up correctly when you get to the dealership, but it does eventually show up when you start selecting the options. I think I'm going to have to raise my seat because I kind of don't like sitting so low. I'm gunning it through this one. Now, as far as the trailer skin pack here, the Nascar Featherlite pack, I don't know who in all is put in here. I have it at the lowest priority right now, and it didn't pop up as often. I did see Biffle's 3M trailer pop up a couple of times. A Taco Bell one, a Shaw one. So I did see a couple of them. But in the past, I've seen the Caterpillar car. Oh, the Red Bull popped up a couple times too. So it is a wide variety of different trailers, including Kyle Busch and his 18 M&M's car. But as to how many that are in here, that I don't know. It's something that I would have to go into the file itself just to count how many there are. I do believe there are a few. So, but what was odd was when I was looking for this trailer to get everything all set up, the number 16 3M trailer kept on popping up the most. So that's just odd, I guess. And I only saw the Dale Jr. pop up once. And I believe this is a standalone. I have so many trailer mods going, I really don't know which one's which right now anymore. And in order for me to find out which one's standalone, which one crowds out, which one does what, I'm basically going to have to remove everything and start all over with that. I do know some, like the Road Hunter pack, crowd out others. They dominate the landscape when it comes to the freight cargo list. A couple others affected as well. I've recently noticed the Panga drop deck pack. That one seems to crowd out the Fontaine Phantom trailers, and in fact it has a lot of the same loads, as if it just kicked the trailer out, replaced it with a drop deck, and put the cargo on there. That one I'm hoping someone looks at soon as well, because everything's in Spanish. Why? Why is it all in Spanish? I can understand if he's Spanish. You know, that's when you get on the phone with one of your English-speaking friends, or use Google Translate, and put it in English. Most of the people playing this game speak English. There we go. It's the problem with having the camera reset button so far away. You usually have to sit up a little bit just to see it, and you push the button and it resets, and then you go, because you sat up, now you get back in your normal position and the camera syncs. So this looks like it's going to be a little longer than I would like as well for a Sunday test drive. It was an 11-hour drive, and it feels like I've already been doing this for 20 minutes. What's going on with my time here? 6 hours, so probably another 10 minutes or so. I never did like driving this close to barriers. New section again. It is a nice looking section. I've never been to California, but I would like to think they kind of captured the areas here fairly well, fairly accurately. Albeit, you know, shrunk down to fit within their map ratio. As I said at the beginning of the video as well, I'm going to be using this same setup here for my quick trip later on this week. I'm sure you guys will enjoy just having a video where I just shut up and you can enjoy the sounds and the sights of the truck. The Jeff Gordon quick trip video has done so well, so I expect this one to do equally as good, if not better. So I know Junior Nation out there, they'll eat up anything Earnhardt. I don't know how many of you have actually seen the race haulers. It is pretty cool to see them. And what's even cooler is how much stuff they actually have jam-packed in that trailer. It's amazing. They are just jam-packed with tools and parts and cars. I know there's at least 2 cars that sit on the top side of the trailer. And down below where you walk, cabinets and counters and the whole length of the trailer, and it's just really awesome how they do everything like that. They can get so much in there. Now, of course, that usually doesn't carry everything, but you know, to get them going a full day at the track, you know, they're set. Now, as far as this Classic XL goes, I know I haven't really, well, yeah, I have discussed it, but, you know, is this something that's going to beat the 389? No. Is it something that's going to beat the Volvo VNL 670? No. The bar has been raised so high by those two, I don't think any truck out there is going to be able to touch it. But, is it worth keeping in your garage? I would say yeah. It does provide that 389 feel to it because of the long hood and everything, and I've always viewed Classic XLs kind of like Coronados. They're the big cruisers, the caddies, if you will. They're cruising trucks. They're built for comfort and style, not so much speed. This was unexpected. The hill doesn't even look like it's all that big. So, to me, the interior, though, is a little outdated. I haven't been in a Freightliner truck for a while, so I cannot honestly say if they've updated their interiors or not. I haven't even looked at their website, so, but, you know, I would have to think that they have updated their technology. I mean, this is a little outdated, this whole cab here. So, I mean, maybe they have, and, you know, no one has pieces of work here to match that, but hopefully someone does if they have updated their interiors. But no, it is a nice truck overall. I know my friend Kelly drove his for a while, and now he's moved on to the Volvo. Eureka! There's a cop right next to me. Alright, there's the dealership. Oh boy, I get to park right out in front. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I know there's a side entrance here. That's what I will go use. There it is. That's an odd trailer to be having sitting there. The dual tractors. Alright, that's enough of that sound. Alrighty. There we go, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed how everything looks here. It's not something I think I'm going to release to the public. We'll see, though. I'm still having issues trying to upload my TMC skin, and so I'll have to figure something out. But that's it for now. I appreciate you guys watching. Take it easy.